Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we have Toshio-san with me. He's all the way from Japan, and really happy because in this coaching demonstration, we'll be demonstrating a coaching process with the use of
Mm-hmm.
metaphors to deep dive into the coaching process. And I think you're going to watch this video as a way for you to kind of learn what a process of the coaching can feel like, can sound like, where we use metaphors and step into the client's world to really deep dive there. And I know this conversation, as we will evolve and will flow according to where it goes. And what we attempt to do is to demonstrate how you can apply the ICF coaching competencies throughout the whole process to really help the client to experience a deep transformation within. Okay, so are you ready for this session?
Yes.
Okay, is there anything that you need to do to prepare yourself for this session here today, like to be in the moment?
Well, I've already drink several couple waters,
Okay.
so I'm fine.
Okay. Good. Okay, so thanks to Shiosan once again for allowing us to record the session for this learning process with everyone around us. So, how would you like to begin today's conversation?
Well, today I would like to talk about
Mm,
my career. I mean, I'm already 56 years old this year, so I just thinking how I can spend my rest of my career.
mm,
Um, so I like to have more passionate work
mm,
as a part of my career. So that's the topic I would like to talk about today.
mm. Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you have some more passion about your work,
Mhm.
moving ahead from 50 years, 6 years ago, and all the way beyond.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Could you tell me more about this passion that you like to see in your career?
Hmm. Well, at this moment, I don't have a lot of passion with me
Mm,
uh, towards my present uh, present job.
mm,
But when I was around 30s, I worked so hard, and at that time, I was so exhausted, but I had a lot of passion to work with my colleagues and work for my clients. But after that, I I didn't have such a passion
mm,
for my job. Then I've spent several years without any specific objectives or passion with
mm,
me.
mm,
But as I said, for the rest of my career, I like to work with my passion again.
mm,
So that's why I'm really consider how I can work from now on,
mm.
even though I'm too old, but yes.
Okay. Well, you're never too old.
Mm,
Especially when I meet you, I find that wow, you have so much energy, that even a young 20, 30-year-old cannot chase up. Yeah. And to me, age is it could be a number, but there's
mm,
so much more that I believe that you bring to the table as well for your career.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you were mentioning the word passion, I kind of
Mm,
noticed how there was like an image that's just coming to mind because I noticed that your eyes
mhm.
was looking, and then there seemed to be some image that's coming to mind. How would you describe this passion? Like, what's passion for you?
Mm, well, if I can say I work with my passion,
Mm,
um, I I can really enjoy
mm,
my work
mm,
very much, even though I'm so busy in doing.
mm,
So with passion, I think I can work so hard.
mm,
But as I said, the present,
mm,
uh, I I do not have any passion.
mm,
Um, it might be a type of work which
mm,
I'm doing, but I don't know why I cannot have such a passion before I did.
mm. So I'm hearing like there's two kind of passion. Like in the past, you had the kind of passion that in your
Mm,
30s that you want to chase, but now it seems like the passion that you once had
mm,
is no longer there, and you like to chase this. You like to be able to find this passion again.
mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
And what area, or specifically like in the next 30 or 40 minutes that we have together that you like
Mhm.
to really dive in and about this passion? What aspect of that you like?
Yes. If I can find out how I motivate
Mm,
myself, um, I think I will find a clue
mm,
to have a passion with
mm.
me.
Okay. Okay. And why is passion important for you? Or why is passion
Mm.
for you it's so important for your next stage of your career?
Oh, okay. Well, with passion,
Mm,
I truly enjoy my work, my job.
mm,
So, for the rest of my career, I really and like to enjoy
mm,
uh, the work, all the work, and also those um, work um, should be my contribution to the clients or to the society or to the people who I work with.
mm,
So the contribution is one of key
mm,
uh, word for me
mm,
as a part of my last career.
mm. Okay. So what I'm hearing it's this sense of contribution for you. It's important and with passion.
Mm,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. And if we were successful in this conversation together, where would you like to be by the end of this conversation?
Mm. Well, at the end of this conversation, I would like to have mm, what the passion look like
Mm,
to me.
mm,
So, or what the origin
mm,
of the passion for
mm.
me.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. And where do you have a picture currently or where you right now in that passion?
Well, yeah, I'm thinking, if I can do what I want to do, uh, that's the way to find
Mm,
out the work with passion.
mm. Okay. So currently you are at the place where trying to figure out where you want to what you want to do, and you hope to be able to
Mm,
design that picture for yourself.
yes.
Mm, okay. And what do you feel is that gap or that
Mm,
missing piece for you to discover this picture or the origin of this passion?
the gap.
Mm,
Well, mm, well, as I said, I still don't have clear uh, image or
mm,
uh, I don't have any clarity of uh, passion which I'm eager to have. Uh, so mm, as for the gap, I think it's very big because I cannot describe what the target or what the desired state
mm,
yet.
mm. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
And could I kind of like do a little quick summary of what I'm hearing so far in terms of the
Yes.
outcome? Yeah. So
Mm.
what I'm hearing so far is that in this conversation, you like to be able to gain some clarity or
Mm.
confirmation about your passion for the next stage of your career. And so right now,
Mm.
that image that you want of the passion is not very, very clear for you. And you hope to be able
No.
to kind of see an image, get some motivation about a picture, about the origin of the picture. And I guess really spending time to really figure out in the picture would really help you to close that little gap that you mentioned.
Hmm. Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we missing anything to in this exploration for today?
Well, no. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
clear. Mhm.
Good. Good. So I think that's good. We kind of had a rough idea of where we want to move in the conversation. And so
Mm.
we're going to go forward next is, you mentioned earlier about this sense of passion and contribution to society. Um,
Mm.
how would you describe like, or what is passion as a definition for you?
Well, um, passion is the uh, origin of the power
Mm,
to to uh, complete or accomplish something. So I I want to mm, I want to accomplish something
mm,
um, for the others. I mean, which could be clients, or which could be society, or which could be my friends or family. So, mm, well, I don't think I try to be uh, promoted in the organization.
mm,
I like to uh, contribute what I have experienced in my last career.
mm,
So if I can uh, do something with my experiences, I feel I I feel I contributed. I feel I contribute to.
okay.
Mm,
Mm. And when you recall back, because you mentioned earlier when you were in 30s, you kind of found the passion and that kind of helped
Mm,
to motivate yourself. And
mm.
at that point of time, how is that passion different from this passion that you're now looking for?
Ah, mm. Well, in terms of the contribution,
Mm,
uh, the passion which I had 20 or 20 years ago
hmm
is almost same,
hmm
the passion which I mentioned here.
mm,
Mm. So, well, actually, I didn't notice that I worked hard with passion at that time.
mm,
I didn't notice that.
mm. Okay. So during that time, you didn't realize that you had that passion.
No, no.
Okay. And
Mm.
and and which point of time you realized that that was passion?
Yeah, recently,
Recently.
actually.
Okay.
Very recently.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked back my days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, at that time I had a passion
Mm,
for my work.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay.
Mm. それって、it is a little bit difficult to find out whether if I have a passion right now or not, because I I I didn't realize it uh, after 20 years later.
Uh,
So yeah, maybe it is very hard to find out the passion itself in front of me.
mm,
Mm,
okay. As you're mentioning, I can kind of see like a picture of how
mm,
you were mentioning like standing in front of the passion, you can't really see. But when you look
mm,
back, the past 20 years, you can see, oh, that
mm,
was passion there. You could see the contribution to the society. But now when
mm,
you try to look forward, you can't really see. Uh,
mm,
and I'm wondering if this passion that you're describing requires for you to just go through the journey and only when looking
mm,
back, maybe you can see, oh, that
mm.
the passion was still there.
Yeah, yeah, it might be
Mm.
true.
Yeah. And when you mentioned this passion earlier, right? How did it make you feel when you look back in the past 20 years? You had that passion.
Mm. Well, I think passion means motivation
Mm,
for me. And as I repeated, as I repeatedly saying,
mm,
even though I so busy in working,
mm,
I feel satisfied
mm,
um, when I have a passion for my
mm,
work. But again, I cannot realize uh, that I have a passion for my work
Mm,
uh, at that time. So, mm, yeah, so that mm, actually, um, I don't think I realize what passion is, what passion means to me
mm,
um, before doing something. Mm, yeah, so well, I'm getting confused actually. Uh, yeah.
mm. It's okay. We can take time to
Mm,
really explore what that is for you. And
mm-hmm,
as you were just sharing that, is it okay if I share some observations that I'm noticing?
mm-hmm. Yes, please.
Uh, I notice how, as you were mentioning passion, and then
Mm,
also this sense of contribution to society, and there's
mm,
also that, okay, what I'm going to do next in my next stage of my career, uh,
mm,
and and I notice how it is during that process you never realized it, but when you turn back, you could notice it.
mm-hmm,
And then you mentioned about that motivation, and you've kind of felt that you kind of lost something right now.
mm, mm,
And because you kind of feel that you lost something, it almost feels like you know what you are actually looking for, right? There's
mm,
this motivation. This is something that's just moving you, that you're trying to chase after. And I'm wondering, what could that thing that you are trying to chase for really is?
mm,
It could be passion. It could be something else as well, right?
mm,
Or that initial 20 years, and now as you look forward into your next 6, 7, 8 years of your career,
mm,
um,
mm-hmm,
it could be a different thing. So that passion could be two different things, or it could be something brand new.
mm. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I see. So I, yeah, I think I, I think I should define what I'm looking for. Um, it might be not called as passion, but it could be called as self satisfaction or self motivation or something like that. Hmm. Yeah, I see.
Uh, Maybe what we can do as well is to think about using like a little metaphor to help us
Mm-hmm.
play and just be curious about it. One of
Mm,
the things
mm,
that we mentioned earlier, I think in our previous coaching sessions as well, it's this idea
mm,
of, especially when the topics become a bit more complex, a bit harder
mm-hmm,
to describe,
mm,
just with
mm-hmm.
words. Using metaphors can be a very good way for us to
Okay.
explore, the world of passion, self-satisfaction, and all these
Mm-hmm.
things. And so if we were to use one metaphor, right, what comes to mind?
My mind.
Yeah, like what metaphor would you like to use?
Well, in the last session, you mentioned Sumikko Gurashi
Okay.
characters. So it could be metaphor,
Mm.
which we can use.
Okay. Okay. And which character within the Sumikko Gurashi world that you feel that
Mm,
most resonates with you in this current moment?
mm. Well, the last time we talked about the several Sumikko Gurashi characters. I picked Furoshiki.
Okay.
Uh, because I think Furoshiki could be part of my traits.
Mm,
Traits. Mm. So Furoshiki is changing himself
mhm,
uh, to adjust the environment or adjust situation
mm,
uh, he he's facing, or Furoshiki tried to um, protect or try to help someone uh, by changing uh, the the form.
mm,
Um, so he can be any form to help someone or
mm,
to protect something.
mm, mm,
And also, furoshiki could be used for uh, several way to to carry something or to hold something.
mm.
So I think I have worked uh, as same as Furoshiki does.
Mm.
Mm. That's why I picked Furoshiki as my favorite one.
So what I'm hearing is that that character, in fact, I think you
Mm.
one Furoshiki in your hand right now as well,
Oh,
right?
yes, yes. Yeah,
Yes,
this one.
this one, right? Like
Yes.
something like that,
Yeah.
this big one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And what I'm hearing as well is this furoshiki. It's
Mm,
cloth. So for those who may not know, it's like little cloth that you can wrap something with. And
mm,
I like how you mentioned that it can fall into different shapes. It can
mhm.
protect. It can contain. And and how would you describe this furoshiki uh of your past 20 years? Like what what was that furoshiki for you?
Mm. Well, uh, I I I try to mm, work
Mm,
for someone. I mean, clients or my team members,
mm,
and mm, I I try to work collaboratively
mm,
with them,
mm,
and I tried to do
mm,
whatever
mm,
I can do for them.
mm,
So mm, I really enjoyed what I did,
mm,
and mm, I was so glad to help someone
mm,
during busy days.
mm.
So I think that the way of Furoshiki doing,
Mm,
so maybe for the rest of my career,
mm,
I don't need to change my way. I just keep doing what I did 20 years ago.
mm,
Uh, Maybe that's the feeling I'm looking for.
mm,
Um, I, I, I describe that as passion,
mm,
maybe. Mm,
mm. So the feeling of being able to help other people was
mm,
a feeling of passion.
mm,
Mm. And when you look at Furoshiki, like he was able to be used to wrap things up, and he's usually
mhm,
with Shirokuma, or the little
mhm,
polar
yes.
bear.
Mhm,
How it becomes many different things at different stages. So
mhm,
one thing I noticed, especially when you mentioned Furoshiki, Furoshiki stays the same all the way through. The little pink cloth, and but one thing is interesting is that the contents inside or the way it's
mm,
shaped can be different, and it creates a new element for itself. So
mm,
even though Furoshiki doesn't change itself, but it's flexible to evolve into helping more people.
mm,
When it was like a little wrapping thing, he wraps the food inside, and then he could be a little
mhm,
people. He could be a little one that keeps Shirokuma warm. So even
mm,
though Furoshiki didn't change its material, but its shape, it's able to be flexible. So
mm,
when you were just sharing me that, I could kind of see how you were like the furoshiki. That maybe
mm,
it's not about trying to change the furoshiki or change its color,
mm.
but what if it's about wrapping it in something else or being able to shape it to something?
Yeah, the word you're saying, flexible,
Mm,
uh, is quite important for me.
mm,
Um, I'm very flexible, and someone um, told me that I was too easygoing.
mm.
But in other words, I'm very flexible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's me.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm doing.
Mm,
So so that I feel sympathy
mm,
to Furoshiki very much.
mm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that means more like you're easygoing and flexible. So that's why you feel like
Mm,
it's your furoshiki. Mm,
mm,
okay. And so as furoshiki looks forward, because uh, moving ahead, where does or how does furoshiki likes to be flexible? How would it like to be used as it goes forward in its career?
Oh, for next career, you mean?
Yeah.
Mm, well, yeah, as you pointed out, even the contents are different every time. Furoshiki can wrap or fold
Mm,
it very
mm,
flexible.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think I w- I'm I keep my way of working um, as flexible as possible.
Mm,
uh, then I may have passion uh, for my work. Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking right now.
Mm. I like what you mentioned that keeping your way flexible, that could be the way of thinking moving forward.
Mm,
And if
yeah.
and if you think like that, how is it making you feel?
Well, now I feel better and I feel mm, more flexible to think what the passion is.
Ah, okay. So now I see the word flexibility is coming to wrap that passion.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. And if we just take a look back at where we started off today's conversation, we started off wanting to
Mm,
figure out what is your passion going to be in the next like 6, 7 years moving ahead
hmm
here. So where are you right now in terms of that picture of that passion?
mm. Well, now I am thinking
Mm-hmm.
uh, what I like to do as a first priority.
Mm-hmm.
So if I pursue what I want to do or what I like to do, uh, I I will find uh, my way for the better career, better last career. Uh, so I don't think I uh, consider whether if I have a passion with me or not. So I'm I have been changing the way of thinking, and I I don't need to think seriously what passion is or what passion I should have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to think about really what this passion, like to figure out what
Mm,
passion is. You could just
mm,
enjoy the passion.
mm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. So when I do, or when I pursue what I want to do,
Mm.
I think I feel passion
Mm.
or, yeah, I mean, at that time I don't care I have passion or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Could I share a little observation that I'm noticing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
please.
when you mentioned about the Furoshiki and how Furoshiki is flexible, uh,
Mm,
and moving, I have this image that Furoshiki doesn't really ask himself what is passion or what should I do, but Furoshiki
mm,
just remains that flexible, open,
mm,
and
mm,
just goes with the content of that day. Maybe in
mm,
the past, Furoshiki had to carry fruits. Maybe now he's to carry a bento box. Maybe next time
mm,
he's to transform into a pillowcase. But in every stage
mm,
that he does, he's always contributing to usually Shirokuma, right? And he's contributing the
mm,
whoever's using him to be. So
mm,
so it was great that in fact when we watched the video of Sumiko, that Furoshiki
mm,
doesn't complain. He's very easygoing, he's flexible. He can become
Mm.
color. And in fact, I have the green version here, and then more recently it became like a little suitcase in the movie. So I can see how
Mhm.
he's happy to just transform and move himself to that situation. And so I'm thinking, and as you were just mentioning about that, I say, hey, what if it's not about Furoshiki trying to find out that passion? What if it's about just Furoshiki just enjoying the
Mm.
process? Don't have to think too much about, what passion is or not. But what if Furoshiki's purpose is just to remain flexible and just enjoy every stage of it?
Mm.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, totally feel have a same feeling what you mentioned.
Mm,
Well, so um, first of all, I try to do something which I really want to do. So then I feel passion or something like that. So that's okay, even though don't recognize, I don't recognize what the passion is.
mm,
So I I I don't stick uh, to the word passion. Uh, I I should do uh, what I like to do, which could be uh, described as mm, contribution or support to others.
mm, mm,
I think that's the way I really enjoy.
mm. Okay. As you were just mentioning that, I noticed a little energy kind of like
Mm,
shift from you at the start and where you are now, especially when you mentioned the word like to be able to support others and to
mm.
enjoy that. I'm wondering, do you notice that little shift that happened?
Yes, yes. Actually, I shift the way I'm thinking. Mm.
Wow, it's beautiful. And what are you realizing about yourself in this moment?
Oh, right now, well, I do believe
Yeah.
that I just do what I like to do. So I don't need to I don't need to look for the meaning of passion or the work itself. Um, yeah, I just enjoy what I do
Yeah.
in my rest of my career.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Mm,
Yeah. And what are you realizing about this passion? You
mm,
mentioned about how it's relating to, yourself and what it means to yourself, and how is it relating to your area of work that you want to design in the next stage of your career?
mm. Well, well, eventually, uh, the passion itself, uh, eventually passion itself does not matter. I mean, at the beginning of this conversation, I really passion matters very
Yeah.
much, but now it doesn't matter. Uh, I just do what I enjoy,
Mm,
what I like to do.
mm,
So that's it for me.
yeah.
So yeah, I forget what passion is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And what is that for Furoshiki when you look back at Furoshiki and you think about
Mm.
yeah how is Furoshiki enjoying every moment?
Ah, yeah. I I think Furoshiki is enjoying every moment and every situation he is facing,
Mm,
and the enjoying the situation of the in front of him is quite important for himself. So yeah, that applies to me.
mm,
I mean, uh, the metaphor you saying is mm, the reflection of myself. So yeah, I I try to be I like to be Furoshiki
mm.
because like Furoshiki so much.
Oh, that's beautiful. You know, I really like what you
Mm,
and the discovery that you had, realization for yourself about how that relates, you know, your passion, and then now realizing it's about enjoying more and then relating to
mm,
Shiki. And what could be your, you know, how would you like to take this learnings and insights forward into your next stage or, you know, next steps?
mm. Well, what I learned
Mm,
from the conversation
mm,
in this session is that mm, I I I don't need to stick something specific.
mm,
I would be flexible, and it is okay for me to uh, well be myself. That's the thing what I learned the
mm,
conversation with you in this session
mm.
by using metaphor. Mm.
It's beautiful. And what could be your next step moving?
Well, I as a next step, I like to do something new
Mm,
to me,
mm,
or I like to find out something I like to do.
mm. Okay. So it sounds like Furoshiki is going to go for an adventure.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I also like adventure.
Ah, okay. Oh, so it's going to be an exciting journey for Furoshiki, you know, like exploring, like how you as Furoshiki is going to explore your next steps and that
Mm,
finding that new passion, finding a new idea. Maybe it's no longer passion.
mm.
Maybe finding something that you really enjoy.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Mm.
Mm. And how would you kind of like design this as you know as the like how would you kind of know you're moving in this direction of exploring new possibilities?
How?
Yeah.
Mm. Well, I think I think I just do it. I mean, before thinking in many ways or before thinking a lot, I just do whatever it is. Just try. Uh, that's a good mm, mm, trigger
Mm,
for me to find out something
mm,
meaningful.
mm.
Mm,
So just to try anything as it comes.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. I think that's what that's what I did
Yeah.
uh, when I was young, 20
Uh,
years ago.
okay.
Mm,
So just try anything that comes. Just give it a go.
mm.
Uh,
So then I feel uh, satisfaction
so-
or I feel passion.
okay.
Mm,
Mm,
might be. Mm,
okay. Okay. And how would you, like how would you set like a little progress? How would you know that you are moving on track with
mm,
finding this new things or new
mm.
experiments to do?
Yes. Well, I like to set some milestone
Mm,
or specific goal.
okay.
Um, so when I can clear the milestone or the goal,
Mm,
I feel I have progression.
mm,
So I need I like to set the uh, milestone uh, by myself.
mm. Okay. And what do those milestones
Mm.
look like? Yeah.
Well, the milestone could be small steps.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do something step by step,
Mm-hmm.
gradually. Uh, so those small steps uh, could be mm, could be the foundation for my next career.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I need to set up those small steps for me.
Okay. Okay. So
Mm.
the first one is really setting up those small steps for you after the end of
Mhm.
this conversation. Okay, good. And and
Yes.
and how would you know you're on track to account yourself towards making sure that you're doing all this small steps? Or who could
Mm. Well, in that sense, I need a coach
okay.
to monitor the progress.
Okay.
Uh, and I I will make up uh, action action lists for my next new for my next new career. Then I like to ask a coach to monitor it whether I go go forward weekly or bi-weekly basis.
Mm, okay. Well, that's a good way to kind of account yourself, having a coach with you to move you
Mm,
through progress. Is there anything else that you feel that could potentially prevent you from achieving those little milestones?
or preventing
Yeah.
me from that. Hmm. Well, mm, I may have some excuse
Mm,
uh, not doing correctly
mm,
when I'm busy in doing work, but mm, um, currently, uh, fortunately, I'm not so busy in doing something specific.
mm,
So during this time, I like to spend my time to do something for me,
mm,
and I make myself push uh, push those things, um, and then I keep doing
mm,
to complete those action lists.
mm. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
And do you feel that you need any resources, or what resources could help support you on this journey?
Or resources. Well, one resource is time, and
Mm,
which is very important for me. And mm, also support or help from a coach could be a resource for me.
mm,
And hmm, yeah, those two things are important resource for me.
mm. Yeah. Well, thanks for
Mm.
sharing that.
Mm.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you feel that's on your mind?
Well, now I feel
Yeah.
better, and I I think I should do something very quickly after this conversation.
Okay. And what is the something that you want to do very quickly?
Well, first of all, I make a checklist or action plan.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Based on the conversation today.
Yes, for
Okay.
sure. Mm,
Great, great. As we're coming to a close of today's session, and as we look back to where we started wanting to have that passion, and you
mm,
and then you mentioned that you hope to get a picture of that. Where are you
mm,
now in terms of that picture that you wanted to have?
mm. Well, now, still I don't have any clear picture yet, but I have some tools or resources I found
Mm,
to describe the picture which I like to have.
mm,
So right now, at the end of this conversation, I am standing at the beginning
mm,
of creating a picture,
mm,
clear picture.
mm.
Mm,
So now you're standing at the front of the picture there. You're beginning to paint
mm,
the picture.
yes.
Okay. Okay. And how is it relating for you with the word passion, furoshiki, contribution, expectation,
Mm-hmm.
enjoying? How are all this coming together for you?
Well, all things are very similar meanings
Mm,
to me. So, well, I, I, those things are very mm, precious
mm,
things. With those things, I think I can think what I try to do,
mm,
or what with that, I can describe or create a clear picture of vision
mm,
for myself.
mm. Yeah, I think
Mm,
that's a good first step, and I noticed throughout the whole process, there was that struggle at first about, okay, what's my passion?
mm,
And
mm,
is it more of this? And why am I missing this passion? And then in the middle part, I noticed how you entered that metaphor of
mm,
realizing, hey, as a furoshiki,
mm,
maybe furoshiki doesn't really need to be a passion. Maybe it's about the flexibility. Maybe it's about
mm, mm,
creating new areas where I can contribute and support and enjoy.
mm,
And so
mm.
that's really what I know it's not easy to go through this, because especially when it gets, the idea of passion is very, very complicated to express fully.
Yes.
But I
Mhm,
saw how your effort throughout the whole process and how that brought you that new realization that, looking back, you notice and you can describe that as passion. But as you look forward, maybe it's about finding that support. Maybe it's about finding that new places to contribute. And then maybe at the end of your whole career, the next 6 to 7 years, when you look back, you could describe that as passion as well.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Correct.
yeah. So I find that was such a progress that you kind of made, which was really, really wonderful.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No problem. Is there anything that you're learning in this process for yourself?
Oh, through this process,
Yeah.
well, as I mentioned, metaphor is kind of mm, trigger
Mm,
mm, for me to think um, deeply.
mm,
So I don't think the metaphor, I mean, character itself, means a lot to me,
mm,
but the reality is that the power of metaphor or um, the influence of metaphor is quite big to me during this session.
mm. Yeah, yeah, and I really believe that how when you step into the metaphor, I saw how
Mm,
it really shifted for you as well.
mm.
Mm,
I really, yeah, actually surprised that conversation
yeah. Yeah.
which I had. Yes.
Mm. And if there's one small thing that you like to do right after this
Mm,
conversation,
mhm.
what would be that small little thing, first small step towards the many, many steps you plan to take?
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. I listed up. I will list up the things what in my mind
Okay.
uh on my notebook.
Nope.
Yes, that's
Okay.
the first one
Just
step.
okay.
Yes.
And what is there something that you'd like me to check in with you in our next session?
Oh, yes, please. I like to share with you in next session
Okay.
and then try to set the schedule for
Mm,
each items,
okay.
each item. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. I want to thank you for, journeying with us all the way through here. It's not easy, especially going through such a deep and personal topic for such a passion for yourself as well. And, would now be a great time for us to close today's session. Is there anything else that's missing for you?
Well, no, everything's clear to
Mm,
me and nothing left. The topic which I like to discuss today.
Okay, good. And it's now a good time for us to close today's session.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. So I look forward to seeing you next session.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to
Okay, thank you.
see you soon.
See
Thank
you soon.
you.